My day started with like a long hot tub session.
Oh, really?
I want that. That sounds
Yeah,
incredible.
it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. We made poor decisions last night though.
You
So
made poor decisions last night.
yeah,
Oh
you
my
know, you get three high school buddies. I don't
Oh,
know.
you
I
had
think
a
one of the
party
things
last
that was
night
said
then.
last night was not bad for three guys from State College.
You're hanging out with Scott.
Yeah, Scott was over. Scott
So
Scott
are
brings the
we,
party. We're live as far as I know.
okay.
Like nobody's chimed in yet. But good morning. Welcome to
Good
A1
morning.
Good
Reno
morning.
Vacuum and Sewing's live stream
What's the
for
date?
Thursday. I think it's the 9th.
It is.
It's
It
gonna,
It's
is the
nice.
9th.
I think it's going to be 90 degrees today.
It's supposed to be a
Ooh,
hot
that's
one
nice.
here. It's supposed to be, I think, 86 degrees here, which is like when it's 86 degrees here, they talk about AC. They're just not used to it.
Look at Shauna's hair looks so beautiful.
Oh my God! Stop it! You stop it!
You look like a movie star.
Oh my God! Stop! You're
You
too
you look
cute.
like a movie star hanging out at A1 Vacuum and Sewing.
Yeah, movie stars
That's
don't
why
hang
they
out
come. They come here.
there. I think our great claim to fame is like a couple of WPGA tour folks, couple famous business people, but I don't think we've had any movie stars.
We had we had a representative in the store.
Yeah,
Patrick?
Mark Amadei is a customer.
Yes.
He's like a movie star.
I think
Basically,
Bri
like,
was in the store once.
Who was?
Bri.
Oh, Bri came into the store.
Yeah, Bri came in once.
I didn't know that. When we say Bri, we're talking about Brian Sandoval.
Our
So
kids
he
our
used
kids
to-
went to school together and
Yeah.
and then we started running into him everywhere.
And
And
we'd run into him at like school functions, and we never called him Bri to his face, but we'd always just talk about, oh, we just saw Bri.
yeah, because he knows our names. The
That's
things we
cute.
get excited about.
now
So,
everyone's gonna call him that, and he's gonna be like, "Why?"
yeah, maybe we'll
Yeah.
start a trend here. Maybe we'll start a trend. So,
Yes.
what do we have to talk about today, ladies? It's another exciting day at A1 Vacuum and Sewing.
Yes, you can see all of the excitement behind me.
Well, it's not open yet, so
not technically open. We did have 2 customers already come in, and
I did talk to you about the ladies about Soul Your Souls, that little espadrille class that I wanted to teach so badly. I did hear back from Xandra, who is the gal that created that class, and she said they had such an overwhelming response that they sold out of all their kits, and she was waiting to rebook. She's waiting to rebook other sessions when she gets the kits back in. So she said she'd reach out to me as soon as she has those, and then hopefully we'd love to do the event. I know they're doing it down the street, and if you're chomping at the bit, go sign up. I think it's going to be an amazing event. But if you can wait, we'd love to host it at our store as well.
It'd be good to know if folks wanted to wait. And I don't think it really makes a difference either way, but if folks were going to wait, it'd be good to know, because essentially we have to fill it with 50 people. I don't think we'd struggle with that, but if everybody were to take it down the street, then that would negate our
Then we might struggle. So if you're willing to wait, then let me know. And I'm not, you don't have to
we're
wait.
not
Don't-
asking folks to wait. Like, yeah,
Yes.
it's like you do it however you want to do it. But that would be something that we'd want to know. So
Yes.
Um,
So if you wanted to take the class and you will wait, then let us know. And then if you want to take it right away, please take it right away. I
So-
want you ladies to get those embroidered espadrilles on your feet as soon as possible.
Yes.
So, a handful of ladies just checked the comments after the feed, Jeannie, because I mean several folks have already said that they'd be willing to wait, and
Oh.
so
And
I mean
then
that's
I'll
something
try
that we
and
can
book
kind
it
of
as
look.
soon as I can.
Yeah, no worries. What else do we have to talk about? We've got. Did you want to talk about the classes added for next week?
We have a class that we're adding next week. We'll talk about it next week. And then I will be adding that Starry Night. That's going to be up. And I got this email this morning from one of my distributors, and there's a new design coming out. I don't know if you can see that.
Hang on, let me put the view
so
big.
Cute.
Hang on.
You want to spotlight me?
It's so cute.
All right, Jeannie, you talk now.
Okay, so it's called Twilight Boulevard, and it's a bench pillow. You know how I love bench pillows. And look at those. Those are twinkly lights. So when you do this design, you do use fairy lights in it. So it's not released yet. They just sent it out saying that it is coming. But we'll do a pre-order on this. There's going to be an embellishment kit. So we'll do a pre-order on this and the embellishment kit, and hopefully we'll have it and we'll stitch it out maybe in September. September will be perfect, right? To make this. It's a cute
so
one.
Cute. It's so
super
cute.
Is that
So that's gonna
something
be
that
coming
you
out.
would do a deal of the day for,
Yes.
or
Yeah.
like a
So
pre-order?
next week,
Okay.
I think next week we'll put it out. We'll do a deal of the day, and we'll do it with the embellishment kit too. But I look to see if I could even order it now, and they don't even have it in stock yet. Like I can order it. It'll be a pre-order for sure.
So, how have things been at the store, Shauna? Were people
good.
nicer yesterday?
We had a lot of ladies come in yesterday and wish us the best. It was so sweet. I guess you mentioned that we had some.
You had some characters.
Yeah. Yeah.
What did
So
you
they
have?
came in and they were very sweet and very. It was really nice to hear that they thought we were doing a good job. It was really sweet.
Awesome.
Yesterday was good.
You guys better not be raiding the liquor cabinet.
We already did that.
Are
That
you
was on
talking to me
Tuesday.
or talking to the shop kids?
I'm talking to both of you.
So
But it was really good, and we did have like a little bit of downtime, so I cleaned up and tried to organize a little bit, but it was good. It was good. We were like consistently busy throughout the day.
So I'm just gonna throw it out there. I mean, one of our goals right now is to move our demo Luminaire and our demo Solaris. And so if there's anybody that's been sitting on the sideline just kind of going, like I have had folks say, hey, what about like used, do you ever see used Luminaires or used Solarises? And the reality is we just don't. We haven't seen any of them yet. We were kind of looking even to see if there's been a market for them, and there have been very few used Luminaires and Solarises even sold online. We didn't see any Solarises. We saw a couple Luminaires, and quite frankly, I thought they were more than likely new ones that, you know, there were a lot of dealers that just had to move some stuff at one point. But so if you've been sitting on the sidelines, reach out. The kids have a price list that includes those on there, and I don't know, like the price list is kind of crazy. So
how used? I mean, we've used them in the store. I think they probably
have a couple million stitches on them, like
million to 2 million stitches.
2 million.
And when you're looking at a stitch count, I always equate it to like mileage on a car, and I always think of like 1 million stitches as like having 10,000 miles on a car, and 2 million stitches as having 20,000 miles on a car. For me, that's always how I kind of look at it.
I mean, that's really accurate, because, you know, where you start to see what I call major services, where, you know, the conversation now on these machines, they're expensive enough that I imagine when these machines are hitting 25 million stitches, 26, 27 million stitches, which is when we start doing module replacements on these machines because stuff just starts to kind of wear out a little bit. Um, with the lower end machines, sometimes those services outweigh the cost or value of the used machines. I don't think that's going to be the case on these machines. So that's really, and some of these modules are new, so we have yet to see. But for the top end machines, previously it was really between say 24 and 29 million stitches that we'd replace feed dog modules or replace needle bar modules, and those services on these machines. If you're thinking of 200,000, that being 200,000 miles, then your analogy is actually really accurate, Jeannie.
So, hey, Patrick, with these, the store ones have their warranty?
That's where it gets crazy, because while I put a very used price on them, and essentially the idea behind those prices that I gave the shop kids are, you're going to bring us some kind of trade. What that trade is, I mean,
Bring us something good.
well, so I mean, it's with trade, right? But like, I didn't specify with trade. So I mean, if somebody gets a wild hair and wants to upgrade from a Aventura or a 3600 to a Solaris or a Luminaire, that's possible. What's crazy is the companies are basically sold out. I don't think are any more Brother Luminaires until the new machine launches.
It'll be in August.
Yeah,
right?
and there are a handful of Solarises left the last I checked. So if we did sell these, I mean, it might be something where we're without one or more of the machines. I do have a brand new Solaris in the store, and that price, Shauna, I'm sure you saw that price.
Yeah.
That price is really crazy too, that I gave
It's
you for
insane.
that. So, this is sold with the idea that you guys now know there's a new machine coming, and I wouldn't sell you the machine without telling you that. And our understanding is this new machine, it's a second version of the machine. It's going to be an upgrade. And a hardware upgrade.
It'll be the Solaris 2 or the Luminaire 2.
I mean, we haven't heard the names yet, but I'm assuming that's what they are. It's not a new platform, so it is upgradable. But this price is rock bottom. So, they like I said, it's the kind of neighborhood where people drive like 5 miles an hour, or they're driving a Razor, a scooter, or a snowmobile. But even those machines that we're selling, they're used, but because they were used at the store, they were never registered. They're actually brand new machines. They're fully warranted. And that is something that you just don't have the opportunity to do. We normally don't. When we sell our stuff, we sell it as new. You might get a little bit of a good deal, but the Solaris and the Luminaire are a little different, because they really have, our pricing on those is $3,000 less than we saw the used machines online selling for. So it's kind of a crazy deal. So
yeah.
Linda asked, I've been having weird things happen since upgrade to 2.05. Have you heard anyone else? I did have a conversation last week with tech, and this was unique to the Solaris. I haven't heard anything with the Luminaire, but and this was a very specific camera problem that I was essentially told we're not seeing it on very many machines, but with the number, I mean, we've sold 200 plus Solarises and Luminaires. We were hearing that we were essentially told that we might see some stuff with the scanning features until the next update. But quite frankly, I've only heard it once. Linda, when I'm back in the store next week, if you want to give me a call and just let me know what you're seeing, we can kind of troubleshoot just to see if it is an issue. If it is a scanning issue, then I've got a jig arriving probably next week that is said to kind of eliminate or address the problem, but I've been told it may not make the problem totally go away until that update. It may be something that kind of comes back. It sounds like there might be a couple lines of code that just weren't quite right in that last update. But you would be the second out of 200 plus customers that we've heard from. So deal of the day, just because it is getting, we're talking a lot today. Deal of the day is Simplicity HEPA media vacuum bags. So all the various Simplicity and Riccar full-size HEPA media bags are on the site at 25% off. Those are normally $25.95. They're on the site, I think, for less than $19.50. They're like $19.46. So they're there. Okay, it is the scanning, also the projector. When I scan is kind of divided vertically on the screen. You see it entire hoop, half of it is dimmer. Is that because of the update? That sounds to me more like lighting issues, Roxanne. Like this is something where you'd kind of say, my scanner just doesn't work, and it can be intermittent. The one person that we've had it with, like we were able to duplicate the problem, but it was like sometimes it would work, sometimes it wasn't. But
it worked like 4 times, and then the 5th time it was weird, and then the 6th time it went back to working totally fine.
Yeah. So and the I haven't heard anything about the projector, and like I said, we've heard nothing. Like we get these bulletins from Brother when there are issues, and like I check the bulletins, and Brother isn't listing any known issues. They're pretty like they basically try to address stuff right away, so we're not hearing anything from that side. I'm not saying it couldn't happen.
Yeah, it's I would say probably check your lighting, because we'll do things in the class, and or sometimes I'll demo right in front of the machine, right in front of the door, and there's always sunlight streaming in super bright, and I'll do it a couple of times, and Patrick will go, "It's your lighting." I'm like, "It's not my lighting." I'll just keep trying it, and then I'll tint it, or I'll do something, and it comes out perfect. And of course, he's right. It was just my lighting. So 9 out of 10 times, it's going to be your lighting. We'll have people that will come into the store and we'll test, and it'll just be the lighting. So I would adjust the lighting and see what happens.
Yeah, see what happens, and then we there is a specific calibration jig that they created for the machines, and as I said, what I've heard is that it should help, but it may not completely solve the problem. It is something that they're working on with an update. Generally, when that happens, we see updates pretty fast. So update cycles for these machines have slowed down a little bit, but I do expect to see something pretty quickly. So
it'll be exciting. We'll see. Shauna just registered for Back to Basics, which they do the Brother event in the beginning of August, and then they do the Baby Lock event at the end of August. So we'll get an idea of what's coming out, and then you guys will find out.
Yes. So excited for that. I can't wait.
So, any upcoming classes, anything that we need to be aware of? How have the guys been doing in service? Are you still here?
So it has been like nonstop phone ringing, and then like when we have people come in, it's like 3 or 4 at a time. And then they'll like hop up front and try to help me out. But I feel like maybe it's like we're definitely at like a 3-week like wait time for the machines to get back from service.
Gotcha. So in a week on vacuums, probably?
Yeah, about a week. Don't tell Alex I told you. But he's like more like on day 3 or 4, because we're still trying to do like that quarantine of the machines, but he's trying to get those out sooner so he could focus more on the sewing machines with gas.
Sure, no worries. Any updates from your end, Jeannie?
I did spend the day quilting. I don't know if one of you magnificent women recognize this, but that was this is a quilt from Children's Cabinet. So I spent the day with a girlfriend of mine in Linsac, and she came over, and we were, here, I'll show you the quilting on this side so you can really see it, but it's so beautiful. Isn't that amazing? It's so pretty.
It's so pretty.
Yeah, and that was
so
just a
pretty.
built-in design on the regalia, and we just set it up and used the robotics, and it was so much fun. I haven't had a day like that where I just spent time with girlfriends. I can't even remember, Patrick.
that's
Do you even
been
know
months.
the last time?
I mean,
So,
months.
so it was really nice, and thank you, Shauna and Alex and Dax and everyone in the store, because that was really wonderful.
Well, hopefully you actually might do it one more time or something in the next
Yeah,
couple of
maybe.
days. Maybe you'll take a little bit of time. I know you're going in the store today, but I'm sure it was nice. How's Violet doing?
She's great. We've been having like girl time. It's been so much fun. We just
that's so
laugh and
cute.
like, yeah, it's been fun.
Very nice. Very
I gotta
nice.
get her up. She's got a dentist appointment. I gotta go.
All right.
All right. I'll
so
see you guys later.
We will see you ladies all later. Thank you. You forgot your tagline again. This is how I know you're on vacation.
Be creative. Make something awesome today. Bye, ladies.